Got about 20 seconds. And just, I am hearing a little bit of background noise from somewhere, so I'm not sure where that one's coming in.
It was Larry.
Welcome to AbilityMKE Now. My name is Sue Roscoff. AbilityMKE Now is a show all about integration, bringing people with disabilities and people that don't have a disability together, enjoying life here in the Milwaukee area. We all have different abilities, and here at AbilityMKE Now, we dive into this topic of diverse abilities. The concept of disability hits a wide range of possibilities. We could be talking about physical or mental disabilities, the deaf and hard of hearing community, blindness, chronic pain, mental health diagnosis, goals of substance use reduction, and the list goes on. We all have our own experience with disability, whether it's our own, with people we know, or with people we encounter in our daily lives. Here at AbilityMKE Now, we break down the barriers and celebrate the ability in all of us. And boy, do we have a lineup here today. I am so excited to introduce all of the folks that we have with us. Starting off, we have my co-host here, Michael Martin Hummel. Michael is a writer, speaker, and podcaster who works to bridge the gap between disabled and able-bodied people. So glad to have you here with us, Michael. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Good to see you as always.
So you want to give a quick intro yourself of what's going on in your corner?
My name is Michael Hummel. I am from New York. I live in Las Vegas. My mission in life is to end the judgment and assumptions surrounding disability. The way I do that is by speaking, writing, and podcasting, and I host monthly speaking engagements for people with disabilities, and just to get their story out. And yeah, that's me.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Michael. Next, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Stephen Wagstaff. Stephen is a new friend that we're getting to know from Swagability, and I am so glad to have you here tonight. How are you?
Privileged to be here. Thanks so much for the invite.
So you want to tell us a bit about what is Swagability?
Sure. My name's Steve Wagstaff. So we put the two together. Swag. I was always called Swagstaff playing sports. Broke my neck at the age of 19. And then recently started the brand Swagability. And our goal is to help those facing trauma, illness, disabilities, as well as family caregivers that are going through burnout. And whether it's financial aid, adaptive equipment, or assistive technology, we seek to apply a holistic approach, body, soul, and mind, to help that person to be able to thrive wherever life finds them.
Excellent. So glad to have you joining us. Next, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Larry Pender. Larry is a good friend here that is joining us, and I'm going to go ahead and bring you in to introduce yourself a bit, Larry. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much, Sue. I look forward to hearing more from all of the guests and speakers and learning about this arena in life. I'm based in Camarillo, California, and by trade for the last 24 years, I've actually been a commercial beekeeper. A lot of people enjoy the hobby of beekeeping. I've done it on a commercial and professional level. But also many years ago, I engaged in the world of nutrition and health. So I call myself kind of a health champion, a nutrition champion, and finding that in life, I mean, whoever thought, if I would have told my 25-year-old self I'd be drinking green stuff in the morning, but I also feel better now too. Taking good vitamins and some good B vitamins and energy drinks through the Nutrilite and the Excess brands, which are some major worldwide brands of products. So got to have good stuff in that area. But it's find the health, and so we can. It's not always the years that we live. It's the life that we live in the years that we're given, and that's what we help people do. And look forward to hearing more from all of you.
Excellent. Thank you, Larry. I'm so glad you're here with us. We also have a regular friend that is here often joining us. We have Marianne of Waikiki in the house as well. Marianne, how are you tonight?
Well, aloha and hola, Milwaukee. I'm Marianne of Waikiki. I'm the author and Apple game developer of the Acts of Kindness series, featuring 200 puppets. Books are written for animation movies with sign language characters. And we have our fourth book out called Cool Acts of Kindness, and it's dedicated to Leon McLaughlin with Clean Water Foundation. So I know it's summer break, Sue, and all classroom teachers in the United States can get copies of the books by going on to donorschoose.org. That's donorschoose.org with their teacher ID and request copies of the books and coloring books this summer so you can have it back to school. Aloha, I'm Marianne of Waikiki.
Awesome. So glad to have you guys all here. And now we have our featured guest joining us tonight. We have Scotty Willard joining us. He is with Stillwater Junction, an amazing band that is coming to us connected through Jay Stoyan with the Disability Channel. And I am so happy to have you joining us here tonight. Scotty, how are you?
I'm good, and I hope you are as well.
Doing great. I wonder, can you tell us a bit about your band and what you guys all are doing these days?
Yeah, sure. We started back in late 2021. We started playing live shows January 1st, 2022. When we first formed, when I first gathered the guys together and we formed the band, we was trying to make a decision as to what type of band we wanted to be. So we decided we was going to go with an original band that also does covers. At first, my band members were like, well, I don't know what that is. You're either a cover band or you're an original band. And I'm like, no, all original bands begin playing covers until they write, record, and release original music. And then they start playing more of their music and less covers as the time, goes on. And we decided on a main genre, which was country, but then we decided to branch off into subgenres from country. So right now we're considered multi-genre, but it's all revolving around country. So it's country, classic country, outlaw country, country rock, and southern rock. That's all the genres that we're considered that we're in with. Our first album released December of 2023. It gives you a compilation of all the different sounds that our band will actually, be bringing to everyone at live shows. As far as covers at our live shows, we can go from playing Johnny Cash to the next song. We're playing Georgia Satellites to we're playing Brentley Gilbert after that, and then we'll switch back over to Marshall Tucker Band. I mean, like, we bounce all around. But if you're not having fun, then you shouldn't be doing it. And if you're not having fun, then the people in the crowd aren't having fun. Since our album has released, last year was a very big year for the band. We received 9 nominations in 3 different music award categories and award shows last year. We attended 3 different award ceremonies last year. The first one was in Atlanta, which was the ISSA Music Awards, which is the Independent Singer-Songwriters Association. We brought home USA Gold Band of the Year, which was one of the highest awards you can receive, which was crazy that was our first award that we actually received. Then a few months after that, we went to Nashville to the Grand Ole Opry House for the Josie Music Awards, and we brought home Album of the Year, multi-genre. Then a few months after that, we went to South Carolina for the Carolina Country Music Awards, and we brought home Country Tour of the Year. So last year was a monumental year for us. We got nominated 9 times and won 3 music awards, one in each one of the ceremonies we attended.
That's amazing. What a way to start out. Oh my gosh. Michael, go ahead.
I just had one question. I'm curious as to what is outlaw rock because I've never heard of that before.
All right. You've got what's your traditional like classic rock, and what they consider now as like modern rock, which is a mixture of alternative and classic rock, which is what modern rock is now. If you're considered outlaw rock or outlaw country rock, then the roots are more firm in storytelling. So
Yeah.
it's country with an edge.
Okay. That's good. Good to know.
So a question about the band. How many people are in the band?
There are 4 members. There is myself, which is the front man and lead vocalist, and my lead guitarist and backup vocalist. His name is Benny Ratterman. My bass player and backup vocalist, his name is Ray Velbis, and our drummer, his name is Nathan Brown.
Excellent. And how did you guys all find each other?
Well, we've had a couple members come and go in the band until we settled with what we are now. When we first started, it was me and my lead guitarist, Benny. Like we would have friends over at the house and we would do like Sunday fun days. We'd play cornhole, have cookout, like just pull out instruments and, we'd just play and just have a good time for hours on end. Well, one Sunday towards the end of 2021, I looked at him and I was like, I've never done a band. I've never been in a band. I was like, I've sang like for years. And I looked at him, I was like, want to start a band? And he was like, sure. So that's literally how the band began. Then a month later, our first drummer, Joshua Stevens, came in. And then Ray, we, all 3 of us had went out to a local bar around here for karaoke night, just to hang out and have a good time. And we met Ray, which is our bass player now, there. And that's literally how the band became who it is. Our first drummer decided 6 months after playing with us that he was 25 and he wanted to go back to college and finish his last year and a half in music theology so he could teach music. I'm not going to hold anybody back from furthering their education, so I said, you go do you, bud.
Perfect. Excellent. So, and it sounds like, oh my gosh. So before I forget to ask this question, if somebody is interested in learning more about your band, do you guys have a website with information, or how do they find you?
We have multiple ways for them to be able to reach us. Our website is stillwaterjunctionmusic.info. You can look up our like full year of event calendar on it's a free app you can download. It's called Bands in Town. Every musician that you can think of is on that app, and you can pull up all of their, like you can follow multiple different musicians from different genres, and it shows you all of their upcoming schedules, if there's ticket sales, merchandise, everything. You can find us on Facebook at Stillwater Junction. You can find us on Instagram, Stillwater Junction 22. At TikTok, which is Stillwater Junction 24. Yeah, you can find us everywhere.
Excellent. Well, and I've never heard that app before, so I appreciate the tip on that one. But you said
Oh,
it's
yes.
Bands in Town.
Yeah, Bands, BANDSINTOWN, and it's a free app you can download. And any musician you could think of is on there. You can follow them and see all upcoming schedules and everything, and it's free. So
that's one of my favorite words. Excellent. Steven, go ahead.
Yeah, like any brand or band that comes together, name means everything. I'm curious, Stillwater Junction, that's a hot name, very catchy. Who come up with it? How long did it take you to settle on it? And it's a great one. How'd that come about?
Well, the name is kind of funny. When we first started, they wanted to like wanted it to be like Scotty, Willard, and I told him, I said, no, like, I don't want one member being pushed to the forefront and all the focus being on one member. I said, if we're a band, we're going to have a band name so that we're all equal. And they was like, all right, well, what then? So we got the brainstorming, we come up with a few things, and then I dug back into my family history. Back during the Prohibition times, they had many code words for the name, you know, for moonshine, which was White Lightning, Mountain Dew, and Stillwater was one of those names. So we went with Stillwater. And then I looked it up and I was like, wait a minute, we can't just use Stillwater because there was a movie created, Almost Famous, and the band's name was actually a real band and their name was called Stillwater. And I was like, so we're going to have to add something to it. And so we brainstormed for a little bit longer and we all come up with, I was like, a meeting place. All right. I was like, if we're going to be considered outlaw, our name is Stillwater, so it's an outlaw, you know, like name for an illegal liquor back in Prohibition. I was like, so if you're coming to see us, then we're your dealers of what you're coming to receive. So you're coming to a junction point, so Stillwater Junction, and hence that's how all of our fans, their names are Junction Junkies.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Scotty, can I ask a question?
Please go ahead, Larry.
Scotty, I see here on your Facebook page,
Yeah.
you guys have some live events coming up here this week, actually. Can you tell me a little bit about this Saturday's event, July 19th, Wheelchairs for Warriors? You know much about what's going on with that event?
Yeah, sure. We will be heading out early Saturday morning from North Carolina, and we're heading up to Commodore, Pennsylvania. We've been asked to headline this event up there in Commodore and Wheelchairs for Warriors. It's connected with a few of the organizations that help fund and help give all veterans, you know, access to wheelchairs and everything if they can't afford them. It's a really great organization and it's a really great benefit. And we were asked a couple months towards the beginning of the year if we could be their headliner. If you follow us, and if you don't, as you come to follow us, you'll learn that we are very big on supporting veterans and everything that they need. One of our co-writers for two of our songs is a veteran. His name is Zachary Hubbard. He is a co-writer of our song, which is one of the 22, which tells the story of a young man through enlistment all the way through, you know, multiple tours and stuff, and dealing with the PTSD and everything. And we recorded and released the song to help raise awareness and hopefully prevent veteran suicide. He's also the co-writer on our latest single, which is One Light Town. We are firmly rooted in supporting all of the military and anything that we can do to basically bring their needs to the forefront instead of brushing them under the rug. We're the number one that wants to jump on top of that to help bring that forward to people. But yeah, we were asked to do it and we gladly accepted it.
Very good. Thank you for that information.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Larry.
And that's amazing that connection is there, because that actually is a piece of what Kurt and I do. We're actually ambassadors with Project Die Hard, and that's an organization that is all about giving hope to veterans and preventing veteran suicide. So you and I have another conversation to be had in the hopefully near future here, because there's a lot of overlap.
Hold on a minute, Sue. I think me and Kurt spoke about it, and I think we're going to be doing a en route interview with y'all on Saturday when we're heading up to Pennsylvania, and then we're going to log out and we're going to come back at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we go on stage at 8:30. We're going to stream our first hour and a half set live with y'all and everything, all your affiliates and everything.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I did not know all this. This is going to be amazing. Oh, okay. So I'm quickly becoming, what did you call it? Junction junkie, or is it?
That's correct. That's correct.
I'm hopping on fast here. Oh, I love it. So I want to make sure if you guys have other questions that you want to ask as well.
I have one more. When did you realize that you could sing or wanted to sing or had that in you?
When I was 13, I would walk around the house singing, and my mama was like, well, okay, you know, you sound pretty good. And then I sang live for the first time when I was 16. And everybody in the room, you know, like stood up and clapped. And I was like, well, this might be a thing. And then when I was 18, I entered my first singing competition. This was long before like American Idol and all that stuff. Every 4 months they would do a competition at this big place about an hour away from where I was living at, and I went and I entered in it just out of a fluke, and it was a 6-week competition, and I wound up winning the competition and brought home $5,000 when I was 18. So from that point forward, I was kind of stuck on singing.
Nice.
I can see
And
why. That's
then-
amazing.
and as far as writing, I started writing like, you know, when I was younger. I started writing like poetry, and then that evolved into writing lyrics and songs. I gather my inspiration from anything. Like, I mean, like I could be sitting at the bar and I hear something that someone says, or I see something that someone does, and it just like it sparks inspiration to where I'll sit and write a whole entire song about it. So as far as inspiration for writing, I bring it in from everywhere.
Well, and Larry, go ahead.
So Scotty, prior to the formation of Stillwater Junction, did you sing professionally prior to that?
No, I did not. I mean, I would sing karaoke here and there, but that's about as far as it went. I mean, I really did before starting the band, I never even considered having a career as a professional frontman for a band, because in my mind, bands want their frontman to be able to play guitar or something. I can't play an instrument. All I can do is sing and write. So it took me a little while to get up the courage and get the circle that I needed to actually be able to start the band. So no, I mean, I would do it for fun here and there at like different locations, you know, like singing karaoke. I never done it professional.
Well, congratulations on making life happen. Always good to hear that.
I appreciate that.
Love it. Yeah, Steven, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just thinking you guys had, I mean, just a massive start to the career. Twofold question. First, you know, we had the COVID lockout and stuff like that for that. But when you're thinking of where you've toured so far, favorite venue, and secondly, to follow up on that, what would be the ultimate for a venue for band? I don't know band life. I don't know. I can't sing. So, what's the target for a band to want to play somewhere, or a dream venue that it would be to eventually hit?
That's a great question. Thus far, okay, I'm going to answer this in a double side. Okay. The best venue was when we played in Daytona Beach, Florida, March of this year. We were the supporting act for the headliner, and there was 50 bands down there in 10 days, and we were the second to last band to play. And we played 2.5 hours straight, the longest out of any band down there in the whole 10 days. And from the time we started our second song, they were at capacity and wouldn't let people in. They had to stand outside the fence and listen from outside the fence. I would say venue-wise, that one. But event-wise, 2023 in our hometown here in Pilot Mountain, North Carolina, we got to open for the Marshall Tucker Band. There was close to 8,000 or 9,000 people in attendance. So as far as event, that one right there is like the epitome thus far. I mean, we've shared the stage with Marshall Tucker Band, Blackstone Cherry, the Georgia Thunderbolts, Drake White, the Piedmont Boys, Framing the Red. But that one was like a big highlight. Now, as far as venue, that would be the top venue, Red Rock.
Okay.
That's a beautiful location. But you're going to have to get Summerfest on your list as well, because Summerfest is our hometown here, and that is music all over here. So I should add, go ahead.
The sound at Red Rock is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in there when it's empty and you can talk from stage and your voice just carries. It's an absolute.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's another place I've come across in Tennessee called the Caverns, and they actually have the stage inside, like the cavern caves. It is amazing.
Wow.
Have you folks made it north of the border? Or are you still in?
No, we played North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, Florida. We'll be in Pennsylvania this coming weekend, and then next year we'll be New York, Texas, Georgia, Alabama, as well as the states that I just mentioned. Pretty soon, hopefully in the next year or two, we'll cross the border and come up into Canada as well.
All right. Do it.
And speaking of across the border, I know you do have a connecting piece with the Disability Channel out of Toronto. What is that connection that you have with them?
Mr. Jay Stoyan, he is an amazing human being. We were introduced back in April of this year. He has connected us with so many people since then, and so many podcasts and so many veteran organizations that it's unreal. If I had to say one thing about him, his heart is bigger than what he can give, but he's going to continue to try to give as much as possible. He is an amazing human being.
Excellent. Well, and I do have one more question I want to ask, because with all the music that you've written, that you perform, do you have a favorite song that you like to do?
It's kind of a coin toss between Country Rock Revival Show or One Light Town. Now, if we're at a veteran event, I prefer to do one of the 22.
Perfect.
Because of the meaning behind it.
Makes so much sense. I love it. Oh, so, and actually, I'm going to give you last thoughts that you want to share with everybody, Scotty.
If you're going through something, just hold on. Just hold on, because the only person in life that can hold you back from achieving any goal that you set forth in front of you is the person looking back at you in the mirror. So go easy on yourself.
Oh, wise words indeed. I absolutely love it. Again, Scotty Willard with Stillwater Junction. And also tonight joining us, we have Marianne of Waikiki, Larry Pender, Stephen Wagstaff, and Michael Hummel. This has been a most amazing edition here of AbilityMKE Now. So excited to have had everyone here joining us. My name again is Sue Roskoff, and we are thrilled to be able to bring such wonderful people forward to share with everyone. As always, we